Several days later.
All right, remember my PVC door? Well, today's the day I'm working on the insulation of it. Get this stood up, put my cheater stick there, turn you around so it doesn't get too cold here too often. I'm in East Tennessee, but it does get below freezing. The old door was just a plywood door this thick, and it didn't freeze these pipes here, but these pipes are close to this door, and I don't like that. So already this new door is fitted more tightly, and I get less airflow, less leakage. So I'm going to put a layer of rigid extruded polystyrene here, here, and here, and then put one big piece on top of those. So the first step in that process was to figure out a glue. Here's some PVC. I had to figure out a glue that would stick to this stuff. So I thought the magic answer was some PVC glue, but you see, that is a wrong turn. It dissolves that polystyrene. The solvent inside PVC glue is tetrahydrofuran, and apparently that dissolves polystyrene. At first, I thought that was a smart choice because it would bond to this. So I needed a glue that would bond to PVC, bond this polystyrene to PVC, and then bond polystyrene to polystyrene. And what I found works for me. Other people have found other things, but I found this Loctite product at the local Lowe's. So that's what's available to me without going online and doing something special. So I've done some test blocks, and this might not be structural. You might not want to build a trailer this way, but it's going to work for me. So I'll glue my pieces in here, here, and here today. I'll give the glue a day to cure, and then I'll cut and put a big piece on top. So stick with me. All right, everything's been dry fit on this crazy thing. I've got the other pieces checked out. My dimensions and tolerances are reasonable. I'm going to glue these, but I'm also going to do a little clamping. I got a friction fit here, so that ought to be all right. Do a little clamping, throw some screws in there too, just to help the glue set. Enjoy some banjo music while I speed this up. Fasteners and a couple of clamps later. I think I've got it where I want it. I think it's going to stay. I think I can close the door while we have lunch. You see how this is coming up flush? So I can put that second board on it. That second board will go on tomorrow. I'm going to give this glue time to cure. If anything wants to walk or move, it'll give it a chance to screw up. Oh, we got one more to go. Let's see about this move here. You'll notice I put some centerline lines on this and then promptly ignored them. There we go. All right. also went kind of easy on the glue. That's just a matter of, if I ever get sick of this and take it apart, make it easy on myself. Plus, I don't have an infinity of this glue, so I'm using the minimum amount I think will work. Sitting here on the north side of my house, there's a stop sign just 2 houses down. I get to listen to everybody's musical choices. Kind of funny. They either got Ozzy Osbourne on the Crazy Train or Smoky Mountain Rain. Take your pick. Alright, I'm going to throw some screws in there and call that good. The baked potatoes are done. It's my job to get the grill hot, so we'll come back after lunch. I might not make a 2-day job out of this. I might just finish it after lunch. I tell you what, those little screws I threw in to hold came in handy. This one down here tried to go wonky jaw on me, but I'll do some trimming on that after lunch. Okay, it's after lunch. Baked tater and grilled chicken was good. The glued items are where they should be. Nothing's changed. Pretty much meeting expectations, but this final piece that's going to go over here is going to be held proud by these screw tops. So I'm going to mechanically fasten it, leave a slight gap, which is okay for insulation. I'm okay with that. And I'm going to back it up with these backup strips. And I think I'm going to do some gluing and some measuring and pre-lay out these and glue them onto that board. Then I can install it in one step without these things falling back in my face. Now I could just undo that piano hinge back there, but I'd rather not. Some wild vermin may get up under the house while I'm doing the work in the garage, so I'm just going to do it in place. Alright, I've got my little backup pieces glued to the insulation. So this is PVC glued to extruded polystyrene using Loctite Extreme glue. The extreme glue doesn't set up instantly, so I may have to give it about an hour. Go find something productive to do while that cures. And then I'm gonna glue it. It'll be my second layer of insulation, and we'll call this a done deal. Alright, I've given this about 20 minutes, maybe pushing 30 minutes. Cleaned up the garage a little bit, cleaned up the work site a little bit. So the Loctite glue, super adhesive, expanded extruded polystyrene, PVC trim piece, stainless screws. I've used up my last stainless screws. I got some other screws too. So anyway, it's workable. I'm gonna see if I can't slap this thing in place on the back side of this door. Alright, this is the day after I got my insulation installed. So there's the final install. 2 layers, extruded polystyrene, glued and screwed and backed up with these battens. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with the result. Now, I'd be lying if I failed to mention I came out here and I started hating on this gap. So I put some glue in there, threw some more screws in, and I threw the clamps on. About 15 minutes, just enough time for me to sweep all the cobwebs out of that area there. So there we have it. It's insulated. I think this is nicer than one of those fancy pants high dollar coolers. It goes by the name of a mythical beast. But there you have it. I've replaced the whole wooden arrangement with a well insulated homemade PVC arrangement. And the hardware even works for me sometimes. the more open and close it, the better it works. One thing that's interesting, you can see this splatter here. It was this rain, mud splatter that got my attention, made me realize that when this was wood, it was getting wet constantly. And that's just a formula for wood rot and termite disaster. So I didn't want to put up with that. Like I said, here's the final look, final answer, and final result. And I'd say it meets expectations. I'd give the project a strong A-, in the overall scheme of things, but like I said, I'm well pleased. Thanks for watching. If you got questions about working with this crazy material, let me know. Bye.